Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for the delay. I've been having some problems with YouTube and Twitter. I've had some problems with both. So, anyways, this is Brendan Ingram here with your August the 21st, 2020 Friday Night Smackdown review. And we're going to go over everything that happened last night on Smackdown. I'm doing this for you all that missed Smackdown, that didn't get to watch Friday Night Smackdown last night, that didn't get to hear about what happened on the show. So before I get started with all that, be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications to never miss a single upload of my Ingram Wrestling News videos that I upload to YouTube and share on Twitter each and every week. And also have those notifications on to never miss my Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown reviews that go live each and every week as well. And be sure you follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. And also follow me on Twitch as well. And most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started with the review. So, tonight is to be the big night when the Thunderdome will debut. So Vince McMahon made an appearance. The Thunderdome started off with a pyro. So then they said, "Welcome to the Thunderdome." There was no mention of the Amway Center, of course. Vince McMahon came out. Actually, he was already in the ring. The virtual fans were all around the ring. Vince said, "We'll never see it coming" at SummerSlam. Then the lights go out, folks. The lights start going out. And the Fiend comes out. So Vince didn't move as the Fiend made his way to the ring with a sick new Thunderdome entrance. That Thunderdome entrance was amazing. The Fiend, in fact, was one of the good things on SmackDown last night. So Bray approached Vince, and they just stood there for a moment. So the Fiend started laughing, and then Braun Strowman came out. Then Retribution surrounded the ring, and there were more than ever before. Braun and Bray smiled at each other, and then the lights went out. All right, so again, Braun and Bray smiled at each other. Braun and Bray smiled at each other, then the lights went out. After Bray waved, then lights came back on, and Braun was all alone. Then Retribution got in the ring and mauled Strowman. There were at least a dozen of them, and Braun finally went down. Finally, the locker room came down, and it was led by Big E. The Superstars and Retribution continued brawling. Then the heels came down. They were all brawling, and not one superstar thought to take their mask off, which was interesting, which was suspicious that all of the Retribution members didn't take off their mask. So we know that one of the Retribution members is Jesse Camilla. And we know that the tall guy that was in the ring, the tall guy, one of the members of the Retribution, the tall guy, we know that guy is Dominik Dijakovic. We know that's him. We know that Dominik Dijakovic is one of the other members of Retribution. Trust me, I know. There was a tall guy in the ring, and it was Dominic Dijakovic. It was in fact him. So I just identified another face for you all. Anyways, so here's what happened with Big E versus Sheamus. So they started this match, which was planned for later on in the night, which it should have stayed planned later on for that night, and it didn't. So they went on ahead and start the match instead. I don't know why. That's so stupid. Sheamus beat Big E around the ring. Hold on, let me wait. This thing's frozen again. This live's being stupid again. Hold on. Wait. Folks, on my other review, have you noticed that my live has been skipping? Yeah, there's something going on with that. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyways, Sheamus beat Big E around the ring. WWE superstars remained at ringside, looking for another Retribution attack. Sheamus hit an Irish curse backbreaker for a 2 count, and the lights started to flicker again. So when they came back from commercial, Big E started hitting German suplexes. Big E hit a splash, and Sheamus got out of a big ending, basically. Sheamus went for a bro kick, but Big E ducked. Then Big E caught a knee to the face. Sheamus nailed Big E in the face a couple of times, and Big E got out of a white nose. Big E hit a Uranagi slam for a 2 count. And there goes skipping again. So Big E hit a Uranagi slam for a 2 count. Big E caught a knee to the face when he tried for a spear through the middle ropes. Then Big E blocked a chest chop from Sheamus. Big E caught a post, and then Sheamus hit white nose. Corbin nailed Matt Riddle at ringside for some reason. They started brawling just as Sheamus was about to hit a roll kick. Sheamus was distracted. Big E got a roll up and won. I'm about to play some music. It's too quiet in here. That was a cheap way to get a win over Sheamus. That was a cheap win. That was a cheap way to get a win over Sheamus, folks. That should mean a lot. That should mean a whole lot to Big E, that win right there. That is the biggest win of Big E's singles career right there. That should be the biggest win of his career. I mean, clearly it's a sign that WWE is still continuing his singles run, as they rightfully should. They rightfully so. Rightfully should continue his feud. So that is an indication that the Big E and Sheamus storyline has started already. And trust me, I know that. We all know that the storyline has started. So, moving on to the next here. So after that, they took us back to the trainer's room where Jeff Hardy was there and in pain. He was getting treated, and it looked like it was his ankle. Something AJ Styles hit during the Retribution and locker room brawl. And I just thought that just was not right, what AJ Styles did. That was absolutely horrifying. So then we got a Cesaro and Sheamus. A Cesaro, I keep thinking it's Cesaro and Sheamus, the bar, of course. course, my first time I misspelled again. I did it again, like it was on my other review. Oh my God, when is Mr. Bell ever going to stop? I got Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Lucha House Party for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We got that match. So here's what happened with this match. So Metalik and Cesaro started out, and Cesaro caught Metalik off the ropes and powerbombed him down. The Miz and John Morrison were watching backstage. They were watching backstage. Nakamura took the tag, and then he worked with Metalik for a bit before he tagged in Cesaro again. Cesaro tried to move from the second rope. Obviously, you've seen Miz and Morrison watching. They were doing their Miz and Morrison. Hey, ho, ho, more like Miz and Morrison. Hey, no, get off my TV because we don't want to see you on TV. Miz and Morrison is not a good duo. Morrison is rather good by itself. Anyways, Metalik stopped him. Then he hit a Rana off the top on Cesaro that sent him flying. Kalisto cheered on at ringside as Lindsay Dorado took the tag. Then Dorado hit a crossbody block, and Shinsuke missed a splash. So Dorado kicked Nakamura, and then he jumped over Nakamura and flipped down the ring. They traded kicks, and Dorado hit 3 moonsaults for a 2 count. So then Metalik hit Cesaro with a splash off the top rope. And then Nakamura hit an inverted exploder suplex. Nakamura kicked Metalik again. Then Lindsay Dorado avoided a Kinshasa. And he hit a springboard stunner. Then Cesaro took the tag, and he had to kick out of a roll-up pin. Then Cesaro rolled Dorado up with a gorgeous reversal for the win. Cesaro is seriously so good. Yes, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura are good as a team, even though they're not really a team. Even though they're filling in for the Forgotten Sons. Let's be honest, that's exactly who they're filling in for. The Forgotten Sons that are currently out because of Jason Weiker's tweet about Donald Trump. But this match was not really that bad. You know, it wasn't really that bad. Lucha House Party tried everything they can. But once again, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura was able to defeat Lucha House Party and retain their SmackDown Tag Team titles. Good decision, WWE. And at least they didn't make Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura look like embarrassments in the ring, folks. Because if they did, a lot of people would not sit happy with WWE if they would have did. Let's be honest. So, after this match, Lucha House Party had a squabble after the match. I wonder if this is an indication that they are going to turn Kalisto heel and start a Lucha House Party storyline. I wonder if that's what's going to happen. This could be an indication that they could be turning Kalisto heel. Imagine seeing a heel Kalisto, folks. Imagine seeing a heel Kalisto feuding with a babyface Lindsay Dorado. Wow, man, folks. Imagine having a lucha match between 2 members of the Lucha House Party. Imagine what that Lucha House Party storyline would be like. It would be just like the Undisputed Era breakup storyline. It really would be. So, they reviewed in replay footage that AJ Styles caused Jeff Hardy's injury. Then Styles cut a promo backstage on Hardy. Styles walked up on Banks and Bayley. Then they toasted with their titles. Mandy Rose, the gorgeous, beautiful Mandy Rose, was interviewed backstage by the gorgeous Kayla Braxton. And of course, we saw gorgeous Bayley and Sasha Banks. So she no-sold the home invasion and kidnapping situation. And speaking of the home invasion and kidnap situation, folks. Let's be honest with that. I am glad, speaking of home invasion and kidnapping situation, I am glad that Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville were on SmackDown last night. They were one of the other good things on SmackDown. And thank God they are both okay. Tom Phillips, you idiot, you fucking moron, deserve to rot in hell for what you did, for trying to attempt to kidnap Sonya Deville. Thomas Phillips is nothing more than a sick bitch, folks. That's how I feel about him, what he did to try to kidnap Sonya Deville. He is nothing more than a sick bitch. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's it. I'm not gonna waste my time fucking calling him other names and shit. So, anyways, then she spoke directly to Sonya Deville, who wasn't there. Mandy asked to put this all behind us and choose to see the good in you. Those two will fight on Sunday with their hair on the line. That's kind of funny, with their hair on the line. That's really funny. But what's not funny is the fact that Thomas Phillips tried to kidnap Sonya Deville, which that completely pissed me the fuck off. That's why I said he's nothing more than a sick bitch. Sonya Deville did an absolute good job testifying in court. And there is a video. There's actually a video of Sonya Deville testifying in court. My sources, my good old friends, Ringside News on Twitter, has that. They already put out the news on Sonya Deville testifying against Thomas Phillips. If you go to my Twitter, I actually have it tweeted on Twitter. And I'm going to actually read to you what it says before I go on ahead and read the rest of what's happened on SmackDown. So, if you go to my Twitter, you will see where it says 1 hour. You see where it says watch Sonya Deville testify in court and chilling footage of attempting kidnap. I have that tweeted on Twitter. I have the answers to that. All you have to do is click on the website and it'll take you to ringsidenews.com. Ringside News are my best sources on the fucking planet. Ringside News are my best good Twitter friends, man. These guys are good at putting out information. Heck, they are almost better than Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. No disrespect to them, but Ringside News is almost better than Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. The way Ringside News puts out news, man, they put out real news. When they say they're going to put out news, they do it. They don't fucking lie about it. That is why I love my sources, Ringside News, and I love what they fucking do. They are absolutely fucking great. And they're the reasons why I'm doing good. Ringside News are the reasons why I'm doing good, going good. They are the reasons why I'm doing good the way I'm doing good. They are another reason why I'm doing good with my Ingram Wrestling News videos. They're the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. These guys are really good, man. They are really helpful to a lot of people like me. Anyhow, so we got the golden role models, Bayley and Banks. Now, what I'm about to tell you at the end of both of those matches, you're not going to be surprised about, because I said it on my other SmackDown review, and I'm going to say it again. So anyways, Bayley and Banks came out. Corey Graves was in the ring with them. Bayley cut him off to put them over. Graves asked if they were implying that Asuka can't beat them. Bayley said everything they do is for a reason. That's why they all have to go. Corey brings up Kairi Sane. He brings up Kairi Sane, folks. So how Asuka might want to beat them both up for Sane leaving. So Bayley said there's nobody in the locker room who can touch them. Then Naomi came up. She wanted to face both of them. So then Banks and Bayley must beat Naomi. And whoever beats Naomi quickest gets to face Asuka second at SummerSlam. Now, I originally thought that this was so stupid, booking Naomi in 2 matches. Why are you going to book in Naomi in 2 matches when you should have booked her in 1 match? 1 match was enough for Naomi, and you're booking her in 2 matches. And what really doesn't make sense is the fact that Naomi's not even in a feud with Bayley and Banks. So WWE, I ask again, why would you book Naomi versus Banks and Bayley on SmackDown when Naomi is in a feud with Lacey Evans? That feud hasn't even ended yet, which it needs to end, and it hasn't. I tell you, man, WWE just always seems to make every fucking mistake on these shows. They do. They always seem to make every mistake. Each and every time. Makes no sense. So here's what happened in this match between Naomi and Sasha Banks. Banks laid in knees to Naomi in the corner and softened her up. And then Naomi landed a springboard kick to the back of Banks' head as she was draped over the top rope. Banks tried to roll Naomi up but got a 2 count. Then Banks took Naomi down quickly and into the bank statement for the submission at 3 minutes and 39 seconds. What a god-awful matchup. But Sasha Banks won. I'm glad. Sasha Banks got over Naomi, which was the right decision, even though the 2 matches should have never been booked on the show. There should have only been 1 of the matches booked on the show and not 2. There should have only been 1. Naomi should have only been in 1, not 2. This was a garbage booking, lazy decision by WWE. Absolutely nauseating garbage decision. Why? Naomi in 2 matches. Are you fucking serious, WWE? Are you that fucking dumb? Seriously, man. Ridiculous. So then you got Bayley versus Naomi. So here's what happened with this match between Bayley and Naomi. Oh, God. Bayley rushed the ring and landed a knee to Naomi's head immediately. Then Bayley started pummeling Naomi and stomping on her. Then Naomi returned fire with a rear view and won. So basically, Bayley got completely fucking buried in her loss against Naomi. That quick. That match ended that quick. Bayley, you might as well say Bayley got completely fucking buried in her loss. This is not even a fucking feud. Naomi is not feuding with Banks and Bayley. This is not even the feud. This is not even a storyline. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to those of you who are disagreeing with me. This is not a storyline. I don't agree with you at all. This Bayley and Sasha Banks, Naomi storyline, this is not a storyline to me. These 2 matches shouldn't even never been booked on the show to begin with. There should have only been 1 match. 1 of the matches booked on the show. I'm sorry, I'm just not agreeing with this. Just not agreeing with this. It's fucked up. I feel bad for Bayley. She got buried, completely buried. She's a SmackDown Women's Champion. A champion should not be getting buried on this show. I'm sorry. SmackDown Women's Champion should not be losing on this show. She should be getting over people. A champion is a champion that should be getting over people. They shouldn't be losing. They should be getting over. I mean, if you want to turn around and have a title match, drop the title to someone else, I can understand that, man. I completely understand. But folks, why would you have your own SmackDown Women's Champion lose to Naomi, a former SmackDown Women's Champion, a female superstar that's not even champion? I don't get it. I don't get why they even put her in 2 matches to begin with. This was fucking lazy. This is the definition of garbage, lazy booking by WWE right here. Absolutely lazy. And then to make things worse, Asuka came out and cut a furious promo in Japanese. Then they piped in crowd noise when she said her catchphrase, and Asuka rushed the ring. And Bayley left as Banks was left on the ramp. Sonya Deville was backstage. Dana Brooke ran up and said, "I'm sorry for everything you went through this week." And Sonya slapped the crap out of her and said, "It's nothing I can't handle." That was intensive. That was intense. Basically, Sonya Deville slapped Dana Brooke like she was nothing more than a fake Barbie doll. I hope somebody has that video on Twitter, man, of Sonya Deville slowly slapping Dana Brooke in slow motion. That would be so funny. Seriously. Someone please tag me in that video on Twitter. Please. I am going to be fucking laughing my ass out after seeing that. Dana Brooke got what she deserved after that, man. She should have never said that. So Deville is coming into her own here. Deville is a type of woman that wants to take her anger out on anybody she wants, folks. Anybody she wants. And that's exactly what she did. Took her anger out on Dana Brooke by slapping her like this. So, Sonya Deville speaks. She made them cut the music. So, she isn't backing down from SummerSlam. She doesn't understand what Mandy wants. Oh, by the way, Sonya and Mandy deserves justice because, I mean, they're alive. I'm just saying that they deserve justice for what Thomas Phillips tried to do. They deserve justice for Thomas Phillips trying to kidnap Sonya Deville. They deserve justice for that, man. For Thomas Phillips trying to attempt to kidnap Sonya Deville. They definitely deserve justice, man, for that after what happened. Giant Sonya Deville got her justice. Don't worry. He's still in jail. She got her justice. She got what she wanted, which is Thomas Phillips in jail. That sicko, that twisted psychopath, that freaking blittering idiot, that sick, not like the Viper Randy Orton, but sick, Anyways. So she made them cut the music. She isn't backing down from SummerSlam. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what I mean when I said that about Thomas Phillips. Anyways, she doesn't understand what Mandy wants because she's going to end up facing her at SummerSlam. Then Sonya said they raised the stakes. It's all a no disqualification match and the loser leaves WWE. She realized, hair or no hair, she's sick of looking at her face. Sonya Deville cutting the greatest promo of her fucking life again. Sonya Deville's getting good with those promos, man. I like it, man. WWE needs to keep it going. They're making Sonya Deville look better. And I think the right decision would be Sonya Deville getting over Mandy Rose at SummerSlam. I think that would be the right decision. So Sonya Deville can get an opportunity to challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Champion. Hello. Have Sonya Deville interfere with Mandy Rose by getting over Mandy Rose at SummerSlam, and then start the Sonya Deville and Bayley feud. I mean, it's much better than Sonya Deville starting a feud with Nikki Cross, let's be honest, because speaking of Nikki Cross cut a promo saying that Alexa Bliss has been different. And the reason why I say it's better than Sonya Deville's doing a feud with Nikki Cross is because that feud is going to have people not want to watch it. It's going to have a lot of people not interested in it. It's going to have people not wanting to watch the show because of that feud on the show, because of how boring that feud would be. I think Sonya Deville just needs to end her feud with Mandy Rose and start a feud with Bayley. So she'll have an opportunity, so she can be in the title picture. Because I think Bayley's next challenger right now should be Sonya Deville. I think it's a wise decision. It's a wise fucking decision, and I think it's a good fucking decision for a reason. For a variety of reasons. It could generate ratings. You're continuing to build Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville is one of the new stars, believe it or not. Continue to build new stars, WWE. That's what you need to do, and you're not doing it. Instead, you're leaving those stars sitting on benches backstage, watching their inspired WWE superstars in the ring. You know, it's bad. They're wasting their talent on the roster as if they don't care about them. They're wasting their talent burying them. As if they were never in WWE. Anyways, I'm moving on. I mean, at this point, there probably ain't nothing we can do to convince WWE to build new stars. They're not going to fucking listen. I mean, they don't give a shit. They're fucking blithering idiots. They don't give a shit about their talent. They give a shit about themselves. That's why I said on my other SmackDown review, Bruce and Kowalski and all those guys involved with the creative and the management and all this bullshit that's going on, them not building new stars, they all need to be removed. They all need to be removed immediately. They do. They're not doing good. They're not doing their jobs. They're not doing good. They're doing absolute terrible. Vince McMahon is the worst of them all. That's doing absolutely worse than they are. Creatively doing worse than they are with his terrible creative ideas. So anyways, here's what happened in this match between AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy for the IC title match. And folks, this is some bullshit. Want to know why this match was a bunch of bullshit? Because I thought it was going to be interesting. And only to find out we were tricked. We all thought it was going to be interesting, only to find out they set us up. We were tricked. I was thinking this match was going to be interesting, but it wasn't. So here's what happened with this match. So Styles went right for Hardy's knee and kept at it. Hardy kept selling his knee. This was the story for the first few months and continued. Styles kept stomping on Hardy, and then he fought back a bit with a jaw jacker. Then Hardy lifted Styles over the ropes into the apron, but Styles fell to the floor. Styles pulled Hardy to the floor, and they cut to commercial. So back from commercial, Styles kept working on Hardy, and then Jeff returned fire with a facebuster. Styles came back with a Pele kick. Hardy tried to do a whisper in the wind, but his leg went out on the top rope on purpose, and he fell. And he fell. That's fucked up. He fell. Jeff Hardy fell. Jeff Hardy fell, folks. He did it on purpose, and Jeff Hardy fell. It's almost like this. So Hardy returned fire on Styles and hit him with a shot to the gut off a springboard. AJ Styles went for a Styles clash. I try not to laugh when I said Jeff Hardy fell. But Hardy hit him in the face with his knee brace. Then he hit a twist of fate and climbed up to hit a swanton bomb. He hit a swanton bomb and wins the IC title just like that. Yep, just like that, he wins the IC title, folks. Now, can you believe that actually happened? He won the IC title like it was nothing. You know, the reason why Hardy won is because he hit AJ Styles with the knee brace so bad that it actually hurt AJ Styles. AJ Styles, I'm shocked that AJ Styles was still standing when he was talking to Joseph Parks about his loss. Well, congratulations to Jeff Hardy. Even though Jeff Hardy's leg was injured at the hands of AJ Styles, I mean, really. And did we all witness AJ Styles get completely buried? Yes, we did. We all witnessed AJ Styles get completely fucking buried on TV. So, yep. Yep. AJ Styles' loss got completely wasted and buried. But wait. There might be a reason. I got an answer as to the reason why AJ Styles lost. A guy on Twitter replied to my tweet, said, and I quote, with Bryan out because of his newborn, they have to do a storyline with it. And Hardy didn't win clean. How did I not know that why was I not informed that WWE was starting a Hardy and AJ Styles storyline? Why was I not told that? Why was I not told that AJ Styles and the Jeff Hardy storyline started? Why was I not told that that storyline had already started? Why? I don't get it. Someone should have at least told me that. But this guy was the only one that told me. The dude said it's actually a storyline now. I didn't even freaking know that shit. Because nobody told me anything about it. But now I know. I know now. So AJ Styles was backstage and he was yelling at Joseph Parks. So that, yeah, he was yelling at Joseph Parks. He's also talking to him too, though. Bray told us that he loves us. We got the Firefly Funhouse, by the way. So Bray told us that he loves us. He says, and then the people said, oh. And then he said, love can be a terrible thing. It's just a way to trick you. Oh, really? Like a way to trick, a way that Friday Night SmackDown tricked us and we thought that they were going to build new stars and they failed. More like that trick. Anyways, it can cause an angle to crash down with broken wings. Too much love can turn sunflowers into a wasteland. Then Bray started listening to his Hurt Glove. Oh, really? His Hurt Glove. Oh, really? Sounds interesting. Actually, no, it doesn't. So when he started listening to his Hurt Glove, he then played a little clip of Braun and Alexa. So again, he played a little clip of Braun and Alexa, played by Huskis, in case nobody didn't hear me. The Pig Boy and Rubbling Rabbit. It almost got TV 14. I think my sources were trying to be funny when they said this. Wyatt stopped them and said that's not how it went down. Huskis said he's a method actor. Rubbling got lost in the moment. It's like I always get lost in the moment when we watch Friday Night SmackDown garbage each and every Friday nights. Bray Wyatt said the Fiend can't wait to get his hands on Braun. Oh, I can't wait for Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. And then, here we go. All of a sudden, Braun Strowman. I'm not calling him Strowman anymore. I'm calling him Slowman because he's slow in the ring. Braun Strowman jumped Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse and beat him down in his safe space. Then he dragged Bray Wyatt off. They cut to commercial break. Oh, really? Oh, great. They just had to be disrespectful to the Fiend. So when we came back from commercial, Michael and Graves were just were trying to explain what they just saw. They moved to the back of the Amway Center while calling it the Thunderdome the entire time. That was getting annoying. Them calling it the Thunderdome the entire time. Braun then chokeslammed Wyatt off a loading dock while the referees were trying to get him to stop. You are not going to slow down a monster among men like that. I'm sorry. That was no way of that there was no way that was going to happen. There was no way they were going to slow him down. They act like this was very serious. There was no blood, but Wyatt wasn't moving. They immediately had an ambulance there. Imagine that. Then they loaded up Wyatt. Yeah, imagine that shit. The ambulance left, but then it stopped. It started backing. Adam Pearce tried his best to keep shouting and selling this. Then ambulance opened up and the Fiend was standing there. He started laughing, and that was the show. So that was the show, folks. That was the fucking show. Oh, and by the way, folks, before I end this, I got a few things to say. First of all, let's go back to the match versus Sasha Banks and Naomi. Let me explain something to you all. I can understand that they are booking a singles match between two superstars in the same feud. Okay, that I get. But why did you book Naomi versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Bayley when Naomi is not even in a feud with Banks and Bayley? Makes no sense, right? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. They're booking matches we've already seen on the show. Always booking the same shit every week, man. It's ridiculous. I feel bad for some of you that watched Friday Night SmackDown last night, thinking this entire show was going to be good, only to find out this entire SmackDown show fucking sucked last night, except for the Fiend and his entrance, and WWE clearly keeping the titles on Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. The only superstars that were good things on SmackDown last night were Bayley, Sasha Banks, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and The Fiend. Not to mention AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. They were all good things on SmackDown. But I could see the viewership going to an all-time low because of how terrible this show was. The viewership is going to go to an all-time low. And I'm going to repeat it again. And I'm going to repeat it again. The viewership is going to go to an all-time low because of how bad this show was. And I'm not surprised, and I'm not going to be surprised if the viewership comes in right now. Folks, I'm going to have a video on the SmackDown viewership. I'm going to be doing England Wrestling news on the SmackDown viewership. And of course, I'm going to be doing more England Wrestling news videos, uploading them to Twitter, sharing them on Twitter, of course. Uploading them to YouTube, sharing them on Twitter, excuse me. Of course. I always give you the latest WWE and AEW news. Folks, this is the end of your SmackDown recap and review, your August 21st, 2020 SmackDown recap and review. Thank y'all for watching. I am going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to end this nonsense. So, I hope you enjoyed this review better than the other one. I'm going to have a question on the poll. I'm gonna have a tweet on the poll asking which review was better. My recap and review, my August 21st, 2020 recap and review, or my August 21st, 2020 review, actual review. So I'm gonna have a question up on the poll, folks. And then I'm gonna ask what you think of my recap and review. So Folks, I'm out of here. Have a good day. Peace. I am out.